Hello everyone and welcome to our Changing Views. Something a little bit different this week. We're going to do a continuation of our model building video, and to be honest, there's not a lot to commentate about. There's not really a lot to see, but we want to show it. So what we thought we'd do is we combine two things. For those that don't know it, we have a podcast channel and it's called Our Changing Views, the podcast. You can find a link for it underneath. So this week what we thought we'd do was we'd play the video of the Narrowboat model build, but overlay it with last week's podcast so you can watch what happens and listen to the podcast. Hope you enjoy it. It's something a little bit different. I thought you'd like to hear what goes on in the podcast, and we'll see you again next week. Enjoy and please stay to the end. Hello my friends, and welcome to Our Changing Views. Podcast number 2. One day, my son. Well, that's the title. But what does it mean? What does it mean to us? Well, before we get into that, before we start talking, I must tell you something about us. You see, Kelly and I are both followers of the law of attraction, of manifestation. And for this, you have to keep talking positive. You can't think negative. You can't be negative. It's all about talking into reality. Let me give you an example. Abracadabra. I create as I speak. Or, what you speak about comes about. That's a popular one. You'll hear that one quite a lot. Or if you're old school, if you read the Bible, ask and it shall be given. Seek and ye shall find. So, let's now talk about reality, present reality. So how are we doing in reality? Well, really speaking, we are imposters. Yes, I said imposters. You see, we have a vlog and a YouTube channel and a podcast and an Instagram, etc., about a narrowboat. But we don't own a narrowboat, and we live 4,500 miles away from a canal. But then again, you see, these podcasts and vlogs, they were never going to be about a narrowboat, not at the start. You see, it was all about the journey. This was it. This was the prequel. This was us starting from the thought and working up to the reality so that people could look at our history and see how we got here. Because that's always the thing that... Sorry, I turned away from the microphone. That's always the thing that I feel is missing on a lot of the narrowboat vlogs. They seem a little bit apprehensive to tell you the full truth. I think I've heard one person say, this narrowboat cost us. Everyone else, and some of them will actually say, I don't want to tell you what I paid for the boat. Well, that's what you're there for. If you want to do it, you need this information. And this is the reason we've decided to be all in and full disclosure straight from the start. And this is why we're doing the prequel. This is why we started in a shop in Florida on the full journey. But how's it going? How's this journey going? We've been at it a few months. Well, in reality, we've been at it for 2 years now. You didn't know that, did you? No, we've been at this now for 2 years. We started long before the pandemic because we valued the shop with the intention of moving back to England, buying a narrowboat. Then we found out that the business wasn't quite worth what we thought it was. So then we downgraded our plans and planned to go back to England. Then the pandemic, the virus came along, and we fought our way through it because we needed to sell the business to buy a narrowboat. But then the business died. and we kept it on life support. And when it came out the other end, we found it was worth, well, nothing. Absolutely nothing. But we don't take no for an answer. We have dreams, we have ambitions, we have goals, and nothing's going to get in our way. Not with the law of attraction, not with the manifestation. So we keep going. But how's it going? Well, the truth of it is it's not going. I've more chance of dying penniless and broke in government council housing or accommodation than I do of getting a narrowboat. In fact, the way things are going, I could end up downtown Tampa, Florida, with my goods in a trolley. But that could be a good spin on things. Our changing views. Follow us on our life in a 3-foot shopping trolley, traveling the streets of Tampa. Do you think it would catch on? Not sure about the logistics of posting. Not sure about the logistics of living. So, why are we putting all this effort into our changing views? Well, that, my friend, is the problem. You see, I've been asking myself that same question all week. In truth, I've been asking that same question since we started these vlogs. Vlogs? You do vlogs? Yes, we have a YouTube channel. What's it called, I hear you asking? If you haven't guessed, it's called Our Changing Views. And the podcast, as you know, Our Changing Views, the podcast. In fact, with the vlogs, we're way ahead. If you have found us on the podcasts, go and look at the vlogs. We are up to number 11. I'm amazed, absolutely amazed at the way it's going. We started with the YouTube channel, posted a video, and then it sat there for, I think, a year. It was terrible. I couldn't even watch it myself. It was so depressing. So, talk about victim mentality. Oh my God. So we shelved that one and we started again. Well, this time it's going a little bit better. But you can't get away from the fact we have no narrowboat. And we're not on the canals. And how's it going? It's going well. It's going well. It's going too well to stop. But part of me is tired. Tired of the physical work needed to put together these vlogs and these podcasts. Tired of the mental challenges. We've had to learn all of this from scratch. We knew nothing. Nothing about vlogging, nothing about podcasts. And yet still we plod on. Still we keep trying to improve, up the game, up the ante. But also tired of swimming upstream against the flow. A dear friend once said to me, Paul, if it wasn't for the fact you're swimming against the current, you would be moving so fast towards your goals. In fact, you would have passed your goals. But that's the problem. We are going against the flow. Why? Why? Because we believe we can win. It's not that we will not give in or fail and fail. No, it's because we have always and still feel that we can win. I just haven't found the way yet. As Del Boy said in Only Fools and Horses, one day my son will be millionaires. You see, that's where the heading came from. One day, my son, we will be millionaires. But we're not there yet. And the problem with all this vlogging and podcasting, it's a little bit addictive. You end up watching figures all week and trying to think up the next podcast, the next vlog. And in a way, it's a good thing because I live and enjoy the technical side of it. And we have, in fact, expanded our YouTube setup and now we've got 3 cameras, 2 mics, lights, 1, 2, 3 tripods, I think, and a couple of small ones, and assorted brackets and mounting things. And that's for the vlogging, our podcasts. Well, for example, I spent all day trying to set the sound levels for the podcasts. And I worked on sound for 7 years. But I've only got a little microphone. It cost me $10 from Amazon. It's doing all right. It's good. I hope you think so. If you got any feedback, please send us something on here. Send us an email. Yeah, send us some comments. And it's getting addictive on that as well, you see, as we move forward with the podcasts. I already have 3 podcast channels in the making. Hi Me, that's about me, the analytical mind, talking to itself when it's got no one else to talk to. This came about in a part of my life. I was really lonely when we left our church and suddenly realized all our friends were from church. It's not that we'd lost faith, we just lost faith in the church. And that led me to spend many an hour just sat thinking on my own. And I used to start it by saying, hi me, how's today gone? Not gone off my mind. It was always going to be a vlog or a podcast. And that was the meaning of it. So, hi me. It's a podcast channel. It's going to go live soon. Check it out. And the second one is That Little Inner Voice. You see, I've always wanted to be a public speaker, a self-improvement, a teacher, an instructor. And I'm working on that. I really am. I do a lot of reading. And I've got a course for it now as well. But that's all that positive is going to be on That Little Inner Voice, also soon to be active. And the last part of it is another channel. You see, we've got a lot of content towards our life and our struggles and our journey that we've been on for 10 years, 10, 12, 14, 16 years. But it doesn't fit in any of the genres that we've got set up already. So I'm going to set up another one. And I think it's going to be called The Diary of an Entrepreneur. Why? Why 2, 3, 4 podcast channels, a video vlog? It's the chase. It's the challenge that keeps me going. But I'm tired. And I'm running out of steam. I'm like the old steam loco in the shunting yard, shunting goods. And I'm going to be there pushing old wagons around till one day the boiler blows up or my wheels fall off. And then I'll be put out for scrap. So sad. Or I might get put onto a vintage railway and restored. Puff along in triumph. Who knows? Well, all I know is the reality of it at the moment. The reality is, if we're going to ever get this narrowboat, we need between 60 and 70,000 pounds. Say it quick and it won't sound a lot. 60,000 pounds. 60 to 70,000 pounds. No, it still sounds a lot. This will get our dream narrowboat. And how are we doing now? Well, I have debts of about 6,000. So I'm negative 6,000. And I'm stuck in the USA. I say stuck. We like it here. We like the people. We like the way of life. It's run out for us. We need to get back to the UK and follow another dream. But we don't even have money to get home. No money to get home. No money for the dream. Oh well. But have I given up? Have I? Nearly. But not yet. Why? Why? Well, that's simple. Say it with me, folks. Say it together with me. After 3. 1, 2, 3. One day, my son, we will be millionaires. This is Paul from Our Changing Views, walking into the sunset, saying thank you for joining us on this journey of our changing views. Till we meet again, goodbye.
Well, that was an excerpt from our podcast channel. I hope you enjoyed it. That was podcast number 2, One Day My Son. We have 3 podcasts in all, if you count the introduction, but I always get confused on that. I don't know whether to count the introduction or not, so I say 0, 1, and 2. So in a sense, we have 2 and an introduction. But if you would like to find our podcasts or follow us on podcasts, you can find us on any search engine, and just by putting in Our Changing Views of the podcast. That is Our Changing Views of the podcast. And you will find us on all of the podcast channels like Apple and Google, but not limited to those. In fact, you can find us on. And as we go on in this video, you will find that we do speed up the parts that are a little bit repetitive. But as you can see from the video at the moment, we have just made the bow. This is the back of the narrowboat, the actual curved bit that you stand on. It's more like a platform. It's over the top of the rudder. So the rudder and the propeller sit underneath this, which we will come back to and make later on in the video. But at the moment, what we're doing is we're making the... let me tell you first of all why we're making this model. You see, we have a narrowboat channel with no narrowboat, and for anyone to see our concept and picture what we're trying to come about, we need a visual aid, and this model is our visual aid. Now, it works in 2 ways. It is, in fact, a visual aid for the patrons of YouTube that can watch it and see our dream coming together. But more importantly, it's a visual aid for us. You see, it's very easy to lose the dream. Very easy to lose your focus, to lose where you're heading and coming from. As we've said in the podcast, we are followers of the law of attraction and manifestation and magic, if you follow Genevieve Davis, which I do. But people have, what do they call them now? People do the vision boards and write things down and letters to myself, letters to the universe. But as you'll see when you get to the end of this, it's a little bit different because it does give you a visual representation, a 3D model. And I've got to be honest, my drive was flagging. My drive towards this goal was flagging. We have up days and down days. Well, I know I do anyway. I have days where I'm feeling great and really focused, and days when I'm just full of doom and despair and cannot see it happening at all. I mean, after all, we do need $60,000 for this narrowboat, and we're struggling to get the fare home, which is probably about $3,000. Hence the reason we have a GoFundMe in the base underneath this video. But we do struggle mentally, and this 3D model, as well as to illustrate for everybody online what we're doing, it's also to just give us a representation of our dream, to show us a 3D model of our dream, and that is exactly what it's doing. Now, what is the concept of this model? Well, it's 1/12 scale. That's every inch stands for a foot. So a 57-foot narrowboat will be a 57-inch model. 1 inch to 1 foot, 57 inches, 57 foot. I'm making it on the glass top of my counter display in the store for numerous reasons. The first of all is I need somewhere I can cut on. I need somewhere that's flat. And I need a work surface that's 58 inches long. And from my cash register to the window is actually 58 inches. So that is why we're doing it here. Now, to make it interesting for people and to discuss layouts in a different or a later video, what we've actually decided to do is make the rooms modular. So what you see me doing here is we're working on a room. Now, we worked out that by some luck, the boxes we are using are 6.5 inches across, which is the width of the interior of a narrowboat. So we're being able to use them just by folding the edges up, and that gives us a room width. But unfortunately, for some reason, one flap is bigger than the other. So every one we do, we have to trim one flap off by about 1/4 of an inch, just so it sits level. So that's what you see me doing in these videos. And then we're putting two boxes together. And here what you see is I'm cutting the rooms off to scale size. We have, running from the back to the front, we have a bedroom, bathroom, living room, kitchen, and a multi-purpose room, which we will go into later on. That's the way we think we want to lay this boat out, but we're not sure. It's still in the planning stage. So we thought it would be fun to make the hull and then make these rooms. They're like little drop-in, like little bathtubs, little modules. So we're going to make each room in turn, and then we are going to drop them into the hull so that we can go, right, let's have the bathroom at the front, let's have the bathroom in the middle, let's have the bathroom at the end, and we're going to move them around. That's the concept of what we're doing. So that's why we're making all these little rooms at the moment. Now, we did have a bit of a problem, as in, how do we keep the sides up? And I came up with this idea of just putting hot glue into the crease, and wow, that was hot. Twice in this video, I do actually burn myself. I used to laugh at my sister, who has a YouTube channel called The Northern Rose, or The Northern Lass. Oh, I'll have to put I'll have to put it underneath at this point. So, yeah. And she's made a couple of great art projects. If you want to see them, go to her channel, and wonderful things she makes. But she uses a hot glue gun, and she's always forever burning herself. Look, I burnt my thumb. Oh no, no, I don't think I did at that point. I think I was pointing out the method. But anyway, yes, I did burn burn my hand. This gun, it's a great gun. It's a full size gun, full size, twin temperature, hot and cold. But you'll see me quivering a little bit sometimes. I was physically shaking as I'm squeezing out the glue. And the reason for this is it doesn't squeeze through very well. You have to put so much force on to get the glue to come through at any speed that it makes your hand literally quiver, because you're putting too excessive pressure on it. But that's why I'm shaking a little bit in some of the videos. I'm literally trying to get the glue to come out quicker. Look, I burnt my finger. I knew I'd burnt my finger. Oh, is that burnt? No, it's all right. Yes, actually, I did burn my finger. Don't tell Mandy. But yeah, rooms are going to be modular, so we're making each room to size, and that way we can fit them out. 1/12 scale, so we're going to make all the fittings, and this will allow us to make a little model of ourselves, a little mini-me, and we will be able to walk up and down, or move them up and down the narrowboat, and actually see what's going on. Now, we got a few of these rooms to make, and the whole video was nearly an hour and a half long. There's 2 rooms. I think that's the 2 of the smaller rooms, bathroom and the bedroom. I think that was. I think I was starting at the back of the boat. So that's the bedroom and the bathroom. Well, now we've speeded up a bit. We're running at 4 times, it says, but I think we're running faster than that. I'm sure we are. I think it's something like 20 times at this bit, because we got 8 of these rooms to make up, and it would be hellish boring to watch it. I know I would be bored. But each one is to scale and size, like I mentioned. That's why you keep seeing me go back to the notepad. I'd love to add some music in at this point, but I haven't fully worked out the logistics and the legalities of adding music to videos yet. And it's another expense that, quite frankly, we don't need. As I said, we're struggling for money to get everything, to even start this project. We're struggling for money. And to be honest, I'm all in now with the videos. We bought be it from charity. I don't think we've not bought anything new, but we've got a selection of cameras, microphones, etc., all from the charity shop. We've had to buy a few accessories from Amazon, but we're literally all in, guys. So I apologize for there being no music on here. Now we're going back to the stem here, or the stern, I should say, the stern of the narrowboat, the back end of the narrowboat, and that platform, like I said, is it's a platform over the rudder and the propeller. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing the back plate of the boat, and I'm going to in a minute actually draw on the propeller. It's more of a visualization for you. I mean, once I get round to it, I'll make a little 3D propeller to go there. But I just wanted you guys to see what it was, because if you've never seen a narrowboat, or even if you have seen a narrowboat, most people don't even realize this bit's underneath. When you reach in under a weed hatch, that's why there's an area underneath that because you're literally stood on a platform. So this is just deciding where that prop should go. I think I get it wrong first time. Yeah, I do. Look, silly me. I put it at the top instead of. I was marking the top edge and I put the propeller there. It should be underneath that edge, halfway between the bottom and that edge. Oops! Oh dear, got that wrong. Back to the rubber. Here we go. Well, there we go with that. What else can I say at this point? I'm running a bit short myself. Kelly's going to make some models for the boat, and we're going to do some model making for the fixtures and fittings. But other than that, we're going to try and keep to the cardboard option, just to save money. As I said, we're all in. I did think of, and I will buy a bit of wood for some of the projects and bits and pieces, but I'm just trying to keep the cost under control. So I don't think there's anything else I need to say here. If you're here till this point, congratulations, guys. You've reached it to the 28-minute mark. There's only 6 minutes to go. And I would like to thank all those people that follow us and subscribe. We're up to 22 subscribers. I know to the big guys like Cruising Alba and the Mindful Narrowboat Pirate, the Northern Narrowboaters, and many, many more. And I apologize if I've missed you guys chugging along, etc. Because we watch so many of them. I mean, 22 to these guys is nothing. They probably gain and lose 22 per minute or per hour. But we're up to 22 and we are really chuffed with it. We watch it and we had a little dance when we reached 20, and within a couple of hours we'd gone up to 21 and 22. I don't know why all of a sudden. It would be nice to reach 100, and I think we're up to 22. My next goal is 50, then 100. At 100, we can actually name the channel. You're not allowed to name a channel on YouTube till you get 100 subscribers. I don't know why. It's silly, really. I mean, it should be 100 subscribers or so many hours in videos, because it takes away the drive to do anything. I mean, it's one of little YouTube's faults, in my opinion. But there you go. But yeah, we're going now for the 50, then the 100, then the 200, then the next milestone will be the 500, and then the 1,000. But at this moment, I can't even imagine that 1,000 people following me and Kelly, or Kelly and I. Sorry, Merlin. I just can't picture it myself. But we are trying hard to give you content, give you something to watch and something to follow. And with the podcasts are more from the heart. The YouTube channel, we're trying to keep upbeat, but if you want to know what's actually going on in our lives and the ups and downs, do please follow the podcasts, because it's a little bit more gritty, it's a little bit more down to earth, and it's a little bit more of what's going on with us. Other than that, we're coming to the end of this YouTube. So please like and subscribe. And it would be nice to get some comments, guys. There's a lot of effort gone into here. And I'm hoping as we build this model that some of you will actually come up with some ideas or some alternative ways of doing things. I'm going to paint the hull black once we've made the hull. What you see at the moment, of course, is the rooms to drop in the hull. We've got the back but no front. And I realized after I'd made this video that I'd actually missed off the engine compartment and the well deck. So there's two more to make. Two more to make and then add on. And then it'll be complete. And then we'll give you a full view again. But other than that, we're coming to the end. This is the back end. And in a minute, I'm going to piece it all together. And for me, this was a magic moment because this actually brought together a narrowboat. I mean, we've been running for 2 years. A lot longer than this channel's been running, but we've been running for 2 years on this dream. And you can picture it in your mind and you can picture it on while talking to others. But it's still a picture in your mind, and it's hard sometimes to give it that 3D image. And but this really did it for me when I put them together and stood back and looked down it. It actually was like standing at the back of an actual narrowboat, looking down it, or a hole that had been made. And it was one of those magical moments. We've had a few magical moments since we started this channel and this YouTube. Just getting your first YouTube out, getting people to follow it, getting views. When we first hit so many views, I mean, I think we're up to, I can't even quote the statistics at the moment because they're growing all the time and I've lost track of it. But yeah, first podcast got very emotional for me. But yeah, please like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Well, here it is, coming to the end now. Last few minutes or last minute. So let's put this thing together. As I said, the rooms are all scale. That's the living room. That's a double one. That's a 10. That's scale 10 foot. And I don't know if I put them in order. Yeah, I think I'm putting them in order. That's what you see me working out. So it's bedroom, bathroom, living room, kitchen, and that little room at the front, which will all become very clear. We're calling it. I think we're going to call it the Gypsy Caravan. Hope you'll like it when you. Oh no, I'm looking at this backwards. That's the bedroom. Sorry. Bedroom, bathroom, living room, kitchen, and then this special room. So that's it for now. As you see, as we pull back and show you the end product, here it is. A first glance of a 57-foot narrowboat model. There you go. And as I said, it takes up my full counter. And there's still 2 sections missing and the pointy bit at the end. I did try and stick a pointy bit on to show you, but it was really not. It was out of shot. But, oh, look, there's me walking in. All going through the rooms. Da, 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 da. Well, let's close with a couple of pictures from different angles, guys. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again on our channel. And come along and join us on our changing views. Until the next time, bye now.